Well, ladies and gentlemen, Battlefield 6 gameplay has leaked, and it has leaked fucking everywhere, okay? You can't go on Twitter, you can't go on Reddit, you can't go on YouTube without seeing Battlefield 6 gameplay. And who would have thought, right? Who would have thought that a playtest that is completely remote, has random people in it, and has a kind of boilerplate NDA, who would have thought that that would have happened, right? Which I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining one bit. I am super fucking excited to talk to you guys about this new gameplay. It is so refreshing. It is so nice to finally have something cool to talk about Battlefield, dude. My brain is literally breaking, and it's also breaking because I've made this video like 3 or 4 times. Initially, this video was gonna just be talking about the leak that Battlefield Labs playtesting was gonna happen this weekend. So I wrote a whole script and recorded a video for that. And then I wake up this morning and DICE released a article talking about the Battlefield Labs playtest today. So I'm like, well, fuck it. Now it's real. I gotta kind of redo the video. And in the middle of me redoing the video, gameplay leaks. So once that happens, I'm like, fuck the YouTube video, dude. I'm gonna go watch this shit. And now I'm gonna make a video talking about my reactions to the leaked gameplay. So again, if it's not clear, I'm not going to be putting any of the gameplay in this video because I'm not trying to get sued by a multi-billion-dollar corporation. I mean, I didn't sign an NDA, so I mean, you know what I mean? Like, I didn't do anything wrong, but like, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not taking that risk, losing my channel over something that, honestly, if you just look up Battlefield Labs on YouTube or Reddit, you're gonna find it in like 5 seconds. So yeah, if you haven't already, please go check that out because the gameplay is so sweet, man. It's so good. It's so fucking good, dude. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to talk about my reactions, my first impressions to this new Battlefield 6, Battlefield 2025, Battlefield Labs, whatever we're going to call this new leaked gameplay. In this video, we're going to go over it. We're going to talk about some of the things I did really like and enjoy about this new gameplay. And then there's one little thing I actually did not like, to be perfectly honest, with this leak. But if you haven't already, make sure to like, comment, subscribe if you are enjoying the content and if you are excited about the next Battlefield game. It is getting crazy out here, man. It's getting fun. But yeah, let's get into the impressions. Okay, so number one, this is honestly probably the biggest thing that I noticed watching these leaks, is the audio in this next Battlefield game is incredible, dude. It is superb. It might be the best Battlefield game audio that I have heard since Battlefield 1. I mean, it's obviously better than 2042. I think it's better than Battlefield 5. And if they're really telling the truth and this is an alpha version of the game that we are seeing, that is really impressive because the audio sounds like golden era Battlefield again. Like, the emphasis is on destructions, it's on gunfire, it's on battle chatter, it's on like everything, dude. Sounds just sounds so gritty. And like the tank noise in this video of this gameplay, dude, like it sounds like a Bad Company 2 tank or like a Battlefield 3 tank, like that. Like, it has that like rumble where it sounds like it's shaking the ground as it goes through the streets of this map that they're playing on. Like, it is so fucking good, dude. Like, I hope they have an option for a war tapes mode for the audio like they used to. I mean, I think they have it in 2042, but it didn't make a fucking difference, dude. The audio in 2042, it wasn't terrible, but it just wasn't Battlefield, you know what I mean? And this game sounds like Battlefield again. To kind of elaborate a little bit more, the battle chatter is really cool because it kind of sounds like Battlefield 3 battle chatter where you're hearing people like, yo, what the fuck? Or like reloading, you know, and it's sick. It just adds so much more atmosphere to this game that like 2042 was lacking so bad. Like the game in 2042 sounded like you were in a paintball match, you know what I mean? Like I couldn't relate. I couldn't immerse myself as much into the game from an audio perspective. Like I'm already getting immersed with just leaked shitty ass 720p gameplay on Reddit of this new game. It is phenomenal. Not to rant about 2042, but dude, this audio, I can't, like, you have to just go watch it for yourself and just put in some earphones, dude, because the audio is spectacular. This was actually a huge thing I was worried about. I really was hoping they would return to the amazing audio that Battlefield is known for, and it seems like they have. Now, I guess anything can change right before the game releases. I kind of doubt the audio will get worse before release because that just doesn't make any sense, but anything can change. I do have to say that, I guess. But yeah, audio check. This game, oh my god, dude, I don't even have a script for this video, dude. I am just going off pure fucking energy after watching these leaks. Okay, number 2 is graphics, specifically destruction. The destruction is back, boys. It is 100% back, no questions asked. Destruction in Battlefield is here again. It's not gimmicky, it's real. Buildings are collapsing, buildings and rubble are damaging players and tanks. Explosions are damaging surrounding areas. It looks like it's a real explosion again. Like this, dude, I'm like getting off track. The character models look really cool. The vehicles look really cool. Now, this is early gameplay, so there are some textures that you can see when the guy's running around that aren't done, like, which we expected. I expect that's totally fine. I am not stressing about that. Like the tank, you can clearly tell that the tank texture is not right because it almost just looks like a flat gray tank with a textured gun on top. So yeah, that's obviously going to be changed before the game comes out. But when it comes to the character models, the map, the atmosphere, the weapons, every fucking thing, dude, looks amazing. And it looks light years ahead of Battlefield 2042. Even now, even how Battlefield 2042 looks now. Battlefield Labs, Battlefield 6, this leaked gameplay looks so much better. It's not even close. And that just really shows you how bad, like, I think people are realizing, like, oh my god, Battlefield 2042 was really bad. if you haven't guessed already, if you didn't know that, Battlefield 2042 was bad. What were they thinking when they dropped that game? Because if an alpha, pre-alpha, if that looks better than a released AAA game with 4 years of post-launch development, that's insane, man. I don't know how 2042 ever got out the fucking door with how it is now, but yeah, the graphics are back, boys. This game is gonna be one of the best looking games on the market again. Like, that's what Battlefield used to be, and it looks like it's returning to form. I am so excited for the art direction that they went with this game. The UI too looks really cool. It kind of looks like updated Battlefield 4 UI, and a couple features that explain that would be when the guy is trying to deploy onto the map has like that gray and white like 3D texture. I guess Battlefield 4 was 2D, I think, but this one has more of like a 3D texture of the map where you can see like your squad mates and your teammates and the flags. And then when you hover over your squad mate, you actually see that POV cam again of like what their surrounding area looks like, so you know what you're spawning into, which I don't know why that was ever gotten rid of in, you know, latter Battlefield games, but it's back. It looks and sounds fucking sick. Thank God they brought that back. I honestly forgot about that feature, to be honest, so it's really cool. It's really nostalgic to see that back. And then I actually really like how they did the deploy screen. Maybe this is an unpopular opinion, I never really liked the deploy screen with the live map where you kind of like get like reverse raptured into the map, like, and then you fucking deploy. Like, I thought it kind of looked stupid. I mean, it was like cool at first in Battlefield 1, but to me, it just, I don't know. I just like deploying, man. Maybe they'll add that, but it wouldn't really make sense with how the deploy screen looks like black and white and kind of more like a battle, like war map. now than it does like you're a bird's eye view of the map, which I like better. I think it's more immersive. I think it looks like you're actually looking at a wartime battle map, like the military could be looking. I mean, I don't know. I'm not in the fucking military, but you know what I mean. Kind of to go off of graphics and UI too, let's talk about factions. So there are factions in this game again. Thank God. Now they're not countries, which makes sense. It's kind of disappointing, to be honest, but we should have seen this coming. It's totally understandable that there's no China or Russia in this next game. It looks like it's NATO as one faction, and then another faction called Pax Armada or something like that, which I'm guessing is just like a PMC, like a private military corporation that we'll find more about in the campaign. But it's cool because the player models from faction to faction are different. Like there is a clear distinction between the NATO soldiers and the Pax Armada soldiers. There's not just like 30 McKays running around this desert map anymore. So it's looking really good. It makes the game just feel that much more immersive and cohesive, right? Like this game just looks like a war again. It looks like you're fighting in the middle of the Middle East in a war. One interesting thing though I think is kind of funny is literally every soldier has no face. And I mean, like the face is covered up with like a mask or something, so you literally cannot see the faces of these guys at all, which is kind of funny because they took that so literal. Like the whole idea of like, oh, I miss Battlefield when it was like a bunch of faceless soldiers running around on the map. So what they did, they're like, all right, cool. No faces. Like there's literally no faces. Everyone is literally faceless on the battlefield, but it's sick because like, it's like that little thing, them taking that literally. I mean, I don't know if that was on purpose, but if they did, that's so cool because it shows that they're really listening to the community and they're trying to make a Battlefield game again that people like want. So again, I thought that was funny, but it looks cool, man. The character models look fucking sick. I also scoured Reddit a little bit just to kind of see what people were talking about with like any features that they noticed, any returning features or new features. I already talked about one, but here's a couple more. So spawn cam, I talked about that one. It's crazy that I have to say this, but there's a scoreboard in the pre-alpha of this game, which is insane after coming from 2042 with no scoreboard. So the scoreboard looks great. I love the scoreboard. Someone said there's the perk system from Battlefield 1 is back. I played so much Battlefield 1, but it was so long ago that I honestly don't remember exactly what that was. So if you're like, dude, I totally, just leave me a comment, tell me about it. But there is the perk system apparently back from Battlefield 1. And then someone else said that it looks like commander mode is back, which again, I don't know how they assumed that from the leak. I guess I wasn't really watching the leak like that and trying to break it all down. I was just watching it for the gameplay. But if commander mode is back, that's pretty fucking badass, dude, because commander mode was a cool feature from Battlefield 4. I think if they implemented it correctly, it could be done well. But when it was in Battlefield 4 and like you could be a commander on a tablet, it just didn't, I don't know. I wasn't really about it. I didn't care. But if they do it right, that could like totally sway the outcomes of matches if you have a good commander. So that looks cool, man. If commander mode comes back, I am all for that. Now, there's not a lot. And in fact, there's only one thing, but there is one thing I did not like, okay, which is cool for a pre-alpha. That's awesome. But there is one thing. So they were playing Conquest in this leak. And when you were running up to the flags to capture a flag, there was like this boxed highlighted area literally on the ground in the game of like the catchable area. So if you were in that box, it was like a blue box if it was your flag, or a red box if it was an enemy flag. And if you were in that box, like inside that area, you were capturing the flag. And I get what they're trying to do. I think they're trying to do it for new players to help them like know and help like be notified if you're capturing a flag. But to me, I don't like it. I'd rather that just be on the mini map if you look at the corner to see if you're in the capturable area. I don't like it in the actual like game, like on the ground on the map, because it just looks like it just kind of breaks you out of the immersion. It's like the whole game and the whole map looks so immersive with the audio and the destruction and the explosions, and then you turn a corner and there's a glowing blue square on the ground. And it's like not a big deal, but it's just like, okay, if they keep it, I just want there to be a feature to turn it off. If there's not, it's not, again, I'm gonna play the game. It's not gonna make me like not buy the game, but I hope they can just revert that back to the mini map and not put it in the actual like game, like the actual textures of the game, because it doesn't look like it matches any of the rest of the game, in my opinion. I'd love to hear what you guys think about that. If you've seen the leaks, you know exactly what I'm talking about, but I think it just gives the game just too much arcadiness. Like, I'm okay with a little bit of an arcadey feel in Battlefield. Like, Battlefield's not supposed to be a 100% war sim, but that starts to give it like a Call of Duty kind of vibe, and I'm not really fucking with it, to be honest. If you guys like it, let me know. I'd love to hear your thoughts, but I think that's the one thing they could just completely scrap, like, or at least give me an option to turn it off, because I think it's unnecessary. I think you can get your point across by putting it on the mini map, and I think that will do enough without breaking the immersion in game. It's not needed, in my opinion, but honestly, if that's the only thing I can complain about, that's pretty cool. I will take that all day. But yeah, if you haven't, go check out the leaks. Again, I'm not going to link them in the description. I'm not going to put any gameplay from the leak in this video. I just don't want to fuck around with DICE or EA. I don't have money to go to court, but go check them out. Take a watch. Let me know what you think. Leave a comment down below. And then if there's anything else you noticed in the leak, I would love to hear what you noticed or your perspective of everything. Like, this is getting super exciting, man. We are just going to keep seeing more and more and more until they officially, I mean, they've revealed the game. And before they come out with like a revealed trailer, when we find out what the name of the game is and all that, we're just going to keep seeing more and more and more. So this is a super exciting time to be a Battlefield fan. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Again, if you're enjoying the content, give me a like, give me a comment, give me a subscription, bruh. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.